Bank analysts believe that Solana could hit $700 next year. Uniswap is about to make its holders a lot more money, and Avalanche may have just made crypto gaming mainstream. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I drop the latest content. Follow us on Twitter, AltcoinBuzzIO, and as always, it's not financial advice, and wish you the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Have you guys seen our new trading section in Discord yet? Starting this week, we now have a dedicated trading section to discuss all kinds of altcoins and TA. On top of that, I'm also sharing my own trading setups that I'm taking in real time that you can follow along with, as well as educational videos to help you get started trading. But if you're not a trader, no worries. We have sections on Bitcoin, altcoins, gaming, and NFTs as well, and it's all for free. So join us in the Discord today with the link down below. Now, starting off with Bitcoin today, we have this high time frame channel where we're coming to the top of it. Bitcoin is pumping today, altcoins are pumping today, which is great. However, it was pumping Sunday night, which isn't the best sign. Now, is this a sign of things to come where we're gonna then hit the top of this range here and dump down like we always do? Hopefully not. Hopefully this time is different. However, we do have to be a bit cautious here as we are coming into this high time frame resistance. Now, what I want to see on the lower time frames is us break above $66,000 and hold there. So as you can see, every time we come up to this, this range high, we come up and then over a couple of days, we then nuke down. It happens every single time. So what we want to do is we want Bitcoin to come and hold above this for a couple of days. And that's when we can pretty much have a good sign that we're going to go full bull. Right now, I'm a bit optimistically cautious. It is a good sign that we broke through this resistance here. And now if we can make this into support on Bitcoin around 64,000, that's a good step. But I won't be super bullish until we break above this and hold. Because as you see, last time we did this, we broke above this, which was great. And then we didn't reclaim it. We just went straight through it. So instead of coming down here and then holding here, we just broke straight through and it wasn't very good. So what we need for Bitcoin to do now is to either consolidate here above $64,000 for a bit or to break above this $66,000 level and then hold for a little longer. So that's what Bitcoin is doing right now. Now, last night there were $100 million in short liquidations as Bitcoin reclaimed $64,000. Now, it was a surprise for many, and on Sunday nights, there's a lot less money in the markets to hold it. So that's why prices always pump on Sundays and gets reversed on Mondays when the TradFi markets usually open. So that's something that I'm not discounting, but hopefully this time it's different. We always say that, but we'll see. So as we see here, there were a lot of liquidations last night as everyone was pretty much shorting the market. So we had over $166 million in the shorts, and the Bitcoin dominance was pushed back above 58%, which is massive. Now, this October is possible. It could be beginning now, and I hope it is. I'm not discounting it, but, October does typically start in the second half of the month, which we're getting to right now, I guess. But I thought we would have it much more later in the month towards the end. I thought we might have a little bit more choppiness until then. So we'll see. Now, moving on to Solana. Analysts at Standard Chartered Bank predict that Solana could experience a significant surge of up to 400% if Donald Trump wins the US election. I think it's a little bit less if Kamala wins. Now, the bank's head of digital assets suggests that Solana's faster transaction speeds and support decentralized applications positions it well as a crypto-friendly environment. So they said Solana, Geoffrey Kendrick, the bank's digital asset chief, expressed an optimistic outlook for Solana in a research note this week, predicting a 400% increase. Now, they said if Trump is elected and there's a more crypto-friendly administration in place, he believes that Solana will pump by 400%, Ether by 300%, and Bitcoin by 200%, which would mean Solana would reach over $700, which would be amazing. ETH surpassing 9,650, almost that 10K mark, and Bitcoin topping at $185,000 by the end of 2025. Now, he also said that if Kamala Harris wins, crypto will still pump, although it just might be a little bit less because there's less of a crypto friendliness in that administration. So it will still pump, but he predicts that Ether will hit around $7,000 compared to 9,650. And likewise, similar arguments can be made for ETH and Bitcoin. Now, Solana, if we look at Solana right now, we've pretty much same thing. We've broken through this resistance. we're looking good here. However, we are heading into this next resistance around $56,000. So pretty much the same thing. We either want to see it consolidate here a little bit and then carry up, or we want to see it break above this level at $156. And we want to see it consolidate here before we get super bullish. Otherwise, we are coming into this big, high time frame resistance here, and we could reject here. Unfortunately, we could still consolidate around here, but we want to really see it break above this and hold for the next leg up, similar to Bitcoin. Moving on, we have Uniswap Labs is actually going to make their holders $468 million more with their layer 2. Now, this is pretty interesting because Uniswap, which is launching their new layer 2 blockchain, which we covered last week, called the Unichain, this could be a boon for creators on Uniswap, as well as the project token holders. Now, Michael Naduo said, actually I have it here. Michael said, Uniswap has generated nearly $1.3 billion of trading and settlement fees across 5 primary chains over the last year. And the protocol and token holders have captured $0 of that. 100% went to liquidity providers, Ethereum validators, MEV bots, and layer 2 sequencers. Now, settlement fees, instead of paying $368 million to Ethereum validators, Uniswap Labs, and most likely Uni token holders will capture the token value that they launch on Unichain. MEV, in addition to taking Ethereum settlement fees, Uniswap will also be able to capture MEV since they will own the validators on Unichain. Now, MEV is estimated to be about 10% of total fees paid to Uniswap, which is about $100 million over the last year, and they'll have the option to share some of this with the token holders. On top of that, liquidity providers, LPs will continue to receive 100% of trading fees and be able to participate in settlement and MEV as well as Unichain is live. Now, this is huge for Uniswap, and it pumped less big for Ethereum, which is going to lose a lot of that revenue fee or their validators will. So Ethereum's not looking as good after that news, but Uniswap is. And actually, I remember we charted this out last week, and we said Uniswap had come up here, and I said, hey, if it comes down and reclaims this level, it would be a great long. And it looks like it did well, except I didn't get a notification for this for some reason. So I didn't end up taking this trade, but it looks like it's playing out. It's looking pretty good. So if we come down here, we can see, it has reclaimed this level perfectly, and it's taking off. So I could see Uniswap with this news going to $10.60 in the coming weeks with how bullish this news is. Uniswap token holders could be getting, the protocol fees that they make. So that's super bullish. Yeah, this chart just looks amazing. A reclaim of this, and I could see it heading towards $10.50 in the coming weeks. That's all I got to say for Uniswap. Moving on, we have Ethena Labs proposes SOL for USDe's collateral. Now, Ethena Labs, the entity responsible for developing and maintaining USDe, has proposed to bring on board Solana as part of the synthetic stablecoin's mix of collateral that forms its treasury. Now, USDe is different from other stablecoins like Tether and Circle because it's a synthetic stablecoin that's not backed by fiat assets at a 1-to-1 ratio. Instead, the stablecoin maintains a $1 peg by collateralizing stablecoins and leveraging a hedge, cash, and carry trade. It's a bit complex, which involves taking futures positions with large open interest available to stabilize the value, supported by reserve fund to manage risk in fluctuating market conditions. Now, it does seem a bit risky when you read this. It kind of reminds me of the whole Luna situation, which ended pretty badly for UST and Luna a couple years back. But supposedly, this is a different method, and it will be now proposed that they'll bring in Solana, which will be gradually integrated as collateral for USDe as well. And they're initially going to allocate $100 to $200 million in SOL, which would be roughly 5 to 10% of SOL's open interest, similar to its 3% stake in Bitcoin's global open interest and 9% in ETH. So they have a lot of money in positions across these. And they also recently, it pumped last week because they announced that they would be investing in real-world asset investments in BlackRock's Biddle fund, as well as a bunch of other funds. So Ethena pumped last week as well. This was the whole BlackRock, Biddle news. And then this recent pump here was the Solana news. Now, Ethena has just broken through this little resistance here. And now if it does come down here and turn this into support, well, then that's great. And it's going to keep carrying on. However, if it does break through here, it might come back down all the way down to 34 cents. Now, whatever you think about Ethena, you can still trade it if you don't believe in it. I'm not sure entirely if I believe that Athena and ENA is going to be this big revolutionary thing with how fragile stablecoins are that are not pegged to a dollar. But I guess time will tell. But I don't need to believe in it fully to trade it. So that's one thing. And next we have Dragonz Labs gets $9 million to expand Dragon's Land. Now, Dragonz Lab is the team behind the Dragon's Land game, which is a UK-based Web3 gaming studio. And they recently announced a $9 million funding round. Syndicate Capital led this funding round. And the venture is specializing in Web3, blockchain, and AI investments. So with this fund, the team plans to further develop the Dragon's Land game. And this is a utility-driven play-to-earn game. Now, as usual with blockchain games, players can own the in-game assets, and this is a big difference between traditional gaming and one of the reasons why experts believe that Web3 gaming is the future of gaming. I agree as well. I think it just may take a little bit of time. Now, Dragonland already has over 5.3 million users and is a tap game on Telegram. So besides completing tasks, you can earn in-game tokens by tapping. So this is very similar to other Telegram games as well. Now, what's interesting about this is that it's a card game, and it's built on the Venom blockchain, and it's a tap game on Telegram. But what I've noticed with my friend group, I don't know about you guys, but it seems like playing card games are making a comeback a lot more recently. I mean, I have a lot of friends who are collecting cards, like Pokemon cards and different cards in real life. And it just seems like a lot more people are getting into, I don't know if it's just my friend group, but a lot of people are getting into card games. And I could see Web3 card games doing well, especially if you're able to own them as like the official NFT. So this is something that's going to be pretty cool. So Avalanche has been gaining a lot of attention recently as it's become the top free shooter title on Epic Games Store. It's had a lot of attention in the past week with Ninja and a lot of other popular gamers playing the game. And so the game has gone crazy on the Epic Games Store. I actually tried it out and it's pretty fun. I'm just not very good at these, these huge battle royale shooter games, which is what it is. So I'm not that great at it, but it is fun. And I did try it out this past weekend. So developed by Gunzilla Games, Off The Grid rose to the top of the storefront's most popular free-to-play PC games list this past Friday. And so this is starting to bring crypto to the mainstream already because we have people like Ninja and I think Tim the Tatman as well was playing it. Some of these huge streamers. Now the game pits players against each other in a similar way to Fortnite, Apex Legends, all that stuff. You shoot, loot, and survive, which is not my forte. I'm a lot better at games like Halo. And at the same time, it's also featuring on the Avalanche Layer 1 and their AKA their subnet. But this looks like any Web 2 game you would have. And that's the key with these crypto games is they have to actually be fun and playable and look just like a traditional game to get adoption. And I think Off The Grid is one of those games that's really starting to bring that in. And lastly, we have Carv launches the Carv token, redefining gaming and AI data. So still in gaming, Carv is a token that is built on Base, the Ethereum Layer 2 network. And the Carv token unlocks everything in the Carv ecosystem, including Carv Protocol, Carv Play, and Carv Labs. Now, Carv is interesting because Carv Protocol is a modular data layer for gaming and AI, which is revolutionizing how data is used and shared by ensuring privacy, ownership, and control that are firmly in the hands of individuals, pioneering a future of where data generates value for all. So Carv is unique in the fact that with more developments in AI, Web2 firms might need Carv to gain access to relevant user-controlled data, thus increasing demand even further for the Carv token. And on top of that, they've secured $10 million in Series A funding, they sold $35 million in its verifier nodes, and begun a $50 million accelerator program. So big things are coming for Carv and crypto gaming, it seems, and hopefully for the rest of the market as well. I mean, this is absolutely insane. So hopefully this continues on. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you tomorrow.